Shamanism, spiral dynamics, enlightenment, Hawkins scale, finder scale. Hello, this is Chris speaking, Shores of Infinity, with a video about shamanism and spiral dynamics. Some of you asked, where's shamanism in spiral dynamics and other scales of consciousness? Just recently, another question came in like this. So, you wanted it, you got it. Some of you will immediately say, shamanism, that's purple, of course. Well, it can be, but most of the time, shamans are centered in either blue or green. There are also some purple ones and there are also some turquoise ones. All other colors are rare. Yellow, a few. Two very unlikely colors are beige and red. They almost never occur. So, before we go into the finder scale locations and into the Hawkins scale locations from 0 to 1000, let's stay with spiral dynamics for a moment and examine why purple, blue, green and turquoise are the most common colors for shamanisms and shamans. First of all, blue. Blue is the color of religion and laws. And often the shaman is the representative of a belief system, a religion, even if it's only a very small religion, only for one tribe maybe. Then green. One of the purposes of green is really to save the environment, to care for the environment. And that is often something that shamans are very in tune with their local environment. Then purple. If the role of the shaman is very much restricted to a tribe, it can be purple. If his role is not so much a spiritual or religious one, but more to keep peace and harmony within the tribe, then it's more purple. Then all these modern Western shamans, who might not be really shamans because shamanism is a way of life. You do this your whole life after a long apprenticeship of hardship also. But those who made some courses and want to call themselves shamans, that's also fine. But who is they? Where are they calibrated? Where are they found on the spiral dynamic scale? Usually green, of course. And then lastly, why turquoise? Turquoise is the color of healers with a spiritual connection. And that is usually the role of the shaman, to be a healer, both for the psyche and the body. Turquoise is also a color which you can reach easily by taking certain plant substances. It might not be stable or permanent, but you can reach it, like ayahuasca and stuff. Or the recent variation, the bufo. So, what about the locations of Jeffrey Martin? Most of the time it's location 3. Can be any other location. Can be also location 0 or 1 quite often, but usually it's location 3, which again is the more religious thing. So religion and shamanism have a lot in common. Basically, it's the strong belief in a higher power, and a benevolent higher power. Shamans deal a lot with the so-called subtle world, where of course they are not only benevolent but also malevolent, higher or other powers. And then lastly, the Hawkins scale from 0 to 1000. The first 200 is no special consciousness, and 1000 would be full enlightened like Buddha. Between 700 and 1000 is full enlightenment. So shamans you can often find between 300 and 550 on the Hawkins scale. The more spiritual they are, the more they are in the 500s. Of course, they can be below 300 and above 550, but it's usually in that area. The question is always, how spiritual are these shamans? How much are they interested in finding the truth or finding reality and not just believing in something? As described in the Carlos Castaneda books, for example, shamanism can be a door into spirituality. It can be a strict religion, or it can be a gateway into and towards enlightenment. Thank you to all my patrons. Thank you for joining me as a Patreon. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and see you soon.